Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope you're all doing good, having a great day. Today we are talking about resonance, what exactly it does inside of Diablo Immortal. This is going to be a requested video. I get this question quite a lot. A lot of new players, or even someone who has been playing for some time now, they don't have the understanding of what does the resonance do inside of Diablo Immortal. Is it really that important? And so today I will be answering what resonance actually does inside of Diablo Immortal, and if you should be focusing on resonance or the legendary gems that can give you quite a lot of damage modifier. But starting with some of the basic information about the resonance, you guys can see I have currently 5674 resonance, and it says increase equipment based attributes by 287.70%. We're gonna try and figure out how much attributes or the value we get per resonance point. And for that, what we're gonna do is remove everything that we have equipped here. This is gonna be a simple, straightforward, so everyone can understand what is happening right now. We are removing these legendary gems, so we go down in resonance, and after that we're gonna try and figure out how much attributes in value we get per resonance point. There we go, almost done here. 0 resonance. And if we click on this tab right now, it says my resonance is 0. Increase equipment base attribute by 0.05% per resonance. And there we go, that is the value of per resonance inside of Diablo Immortal. So if you have 1 point of resonance, it will give you 0.05% per resonance, meaning if you have something, let's say we have this gem here that gives us 150 resonance, we should be getting about 7.5% in base attributes increase if that 0.05% is accurate. So if we equip this right now and go and check it out, it should be 7.5%. And there we go, we have increased equipment base attributes by 7.5%. And so again, each point of resonance will only give you 0.05%. And so if you want to somewhat get to 50%, you will need 1000 resonance. I'm going to try and showcase that here. If we equip some of the gems here and try and hit that 1000 cap, let me quickly see what else I can equip and get closer to 1000. Some more gems. We need about 70 more, and I'm gonna try and see what do I have that gives me the least amount of resonance here. Maybe something. I think this will do 90 resonance, and we are at 1020, and we should have about 50% bonus. There we go, about 51% bonus. Increase equipment base attributes by 51%. Now we're gonna try and learn what does it actually do. What does a resonance boost inside of Diablo Immortal? What is this base attributes that is getting boosted by this 51% resonance we have? So if we go click on this icon here, hopefully you guys can see, click on this icon, and if we go take a look at the first two attributes here, these are the base attributes which are getting boosted by having more resonance. Number one is going to be the base damage. Right now you guys can see I have about 24,205 base damage and about 353k life. And if I were to go and remove these gems and reduce my resonance, you guys will see that I am losing the base damage and the base life. And if we go all the way back to 0 resonance and lose that 51% a bonus that we were getting, you guys will see I will end up losing quite a lot of base damage. There we go. Now my base damage is at 20,582 and about 307k health. So that was somewhat a decent reduction in the base damage and base life. When we had about 1000 resonance, we were getting 24,000 damage and 350 something life, and that could be important when it comes to modify, especially now a lot of players are using legendary gems which modify their base damage, and I'm going to try and explain that in this part. So right now we have about 20,582 damage, and if we were to go and use a legendary gem that boosts our base damage, for example, let's go pick a blood soaked jade. It should be somewhere here at rank 7 right there. We're gonna equip this gem and go take a look at the damage buff we are getting from blood soaked jade. It says increase all damage you deal up to 17% while at full health. So we're getting 17% damage out of this gem, and this gem, the 17% damage increase is going to be to this base damage. Right now we are at 719 resonance thanks to this blood soaked jade, which is giving me quite a lot of resonance, and I am getting that 35% increase in attribute value, and so my base damage has gone up. And on the top of that, the gem is going to give me 17% damage increase to my base damage, which is not showing here, by the way. That 17% isn't showing here. That is a modifier. And now let's say if there was a spender, let's say there was a spender with 5,000 something resonance. Let me quickly change my setup here. Let's say there is a spender, someone like me. They have now a base value of 40,000 thanks to having more resonance, and you can see my base damage right now is 40,000 and my HP is 564k HP here. And so you guys can understand what does resonance do inside of Diablo Immortal. It increases your base damage and base life, but that isn't everything. Still, in my opinion, the best thing that you should be focusing on, especially if you cannot spend all that much and keep up with someone who is spending for the resonance, the best thing that you can do for yourself is going to be focusing on legendary gems, which gives you modifier, the damage modifier that actually give you all damage, increased damage. It could be Bloodsoaked Jade, Berserker Eye, Pain Clasp. It could be Colossus Engine, boosting your skill damage. It could be Rolling Consequence, giving you critical hit chance. It could be Blood Flow, giving you critical hit damage and stuff like that. You need to focus on some of those modifiers, and you can still somewhat get a higher damage number compared to someone, let's say, who is using gems like these. Stonewall, which isn't giving me any damage modifier. It is basically a effect. Again, another gem here, Seeping Bile. It isn't giving me any damage modifier. It is basically doing some damage on its own. Again, another gem here, which isn't giving me any modifier that is gonna work with my base damage. So my damage for a resonance might not be as good as someone who might be 3k 4k resonance and using every single legendary gem that is some sort of a modifier that is increasing their base damage when it gets triggered. So hopefully that is gonna answer some of the questions about the resonance, and if you still have something more, you can ask me under the comments section and I will try and answer that as quickly as possible. For now, I'm signing off. See you all in the next one. You guys have an excellent day, and I see you all in the next one later.